Hey guys, Trent here coming at you with another video. So we'll look at some sales, of course, but before that I got a question from a viewer. What happens whenever you get an item returned to you, returned to sender, because the address or addressee was incorrect? Let's talk about it. So if you're new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Trent. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay. I do it for fun and profit, and I take you along for the journey. So please hit that subscribe button for more great videos in the future. So on my last video, Nancy Veronica asked, her comment was, I need advice. I shipped an eBay item and it was returned to me, addressee unknown, return to sender. I don't know what to do now. Buyer has not contacted me yet. Should I send a refund? Shipping was expensive. Do I have to refund that? All right, Nancy, excellent question. I already responded to you in the comment section, but I'll go ahead and recap that. And basically, what I told you is just what I've done in the past, and that's basically the guidance I'm going to give. I'm just going to tell you guys what it is that I've done. I've had that scenario come up at least 2 times in my eBay career, where, just to clarify what we're talking about is, you sell so just to recap what we're talking about, you sell an item on eBay, you ship it out, everything's normal, you know, obviously they paid or you wouldn't be shipping it out, right? There was a valid shipping address, you print the shipping label, send out the package, maybe a week or 2 weeks later, something like that, all of a sudden the package just shows back up at your residence and it says return to sender because either address was incorrect, unknown, or I believe Nancy said in her case it was addressee unknown, as in, I don't know exactly what that would be, maybe like that person no longer lives there, where at the address that it was shipped to. Not quite sure. Anyways, the bottom line is, so some customer paid for the item. The account that they paid for the item with had that shipping address. You shipped it out to that address, and somehow they didn't update their shipping information or something. I've had that before where somebody has said, oh, I forgot I moved already, ship it to this address instead. Got to be careful with that. But anyways, in this case that didn't happen. It just got sent back. What I have done the couple times in the past where I had this happen to me, where all of a sudden I just had a package show back up, said, you know, return to sender or whatever, is I did absolutely nothing. I just hung on to the item. I said, okay, I don't know what's going on with this. I was reluctant to contact the buyer because I don't want to have to go through the hassle, honestly. Honest truth. I don't want to have to go through the hassle of them saying, oh yeah, I forgot, send it to my new address, and then I have to ship it again, and I've already paid for shipping and all this stuff, right? So for my situations, it was a couple of times, and for my items, usually the items I sell are, you know, $50 or less anyways, including shipping. So worst case scenario, I wasn't going to be out a lot of money if later on down the road they say, oh hey, I need my money back or whatever. So I just held on to the items, and I said, well, if I ever hear anything back from this, I'll work out the transaction with them then. But 6 months to a year down the road, I never heard anything, and so then I relisted the item again and sold it again, you know. So that's what I would do. Now, if we're dealing with a much more expensive item, I could see why you could be nervous about it. Certainly understand that. My guidance, if you don't like my advice of just holding on to the item, and obviously, you know, if you're a seller, you should have some capital in your account at all times to deal with issues as they come up, like returns or whatever the case. You could treat that as, you know, you have your money on standby for returns. That would be a similar scenario. If you wanted to, you could contact the buyer, one courtesy contact, saying, hey, I got this back, do you want a refund? And I recommend, if you're going to give them a refund, you've already paid to ship it to them, and they messed up on the address. It was their fault as far as I'm concerned. So I would not refund them the full amount. I would take out that cost for shipping out. And if there's any concerns about that, if they try to give you a hard time, I would just go ahead and immediately go to a call to eBay is what I would do. But in summary, for me, we're talking about dealing with an item $50 or less, let's say, I would just hang on to the item and do nothing, because you don't know who it is you're dealing with. You never know, somebody could have hacked somebody's account and bought something, and there was a mix up there. So just wait for them to make the move, you know. it's not your fault because they didn't give you the correct shipping information. So I think you did your job as a seller. So to do nothing further until you are pushed to is my recommendation. You know, leave the burden on them to get in contact with you and say, hey, I didn't get my item. And then you can say, well, oops, oh, I just got it today. It looks like it was returned to sender. What happened? So let me just throw in a quick amendment just to, you know, reinforce my logic here. I'm not saying, you know, like, oh, yay, we get to, you know, we got paid by the buyer and now we're not going to send an item and we're basically, you know, getting a free sale and getting to resell the item again later. I'm not trying to do that, but what I'm saying is you already did your part. And yeah, you can send them a courtesy one-time message saying, hey, what happened? But I just say don't even do that. And it's because you don't know who you're dealing with, and you're just going to open yourself up to them trying to inconvenience you probably. And it would have never happened if they would have gotten everything right in the first place. So I say the liability for them to make the contact lies on them, if you will, if they want the item and they want their money back or anything like that. So I'm not about trying to get one over on a buyer or anything like that. It's just with all the transactions we make and all the customer service dealings we have to deal with, that's just one thing I would say, just let them make the first move. That's all I'm saying. And if they never contact you, they never contact you. But I would certainly be interested to know what anybody else if you've dealt with that, if you have a better set of guidance for Nancy or anybody, or even myself. But for me, 2 out of 2, I think it was, I just held onto the item, never heard back from them, and then sold them again later. But let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about that, or if you know the official eBay policy on what to do in that situation, because I honestly don't know. All right, here's something I bought a long time ago. So y'all know I like to sell remotes, so I was like, oh yeah, let me see if I can work some kind of wholesale deal. You know, I started looking on eBay, and some other reseller was selling a bunch of remotes. Yeah, probably not the best thing to go after, just because, I mean, these kind of look tempting, but when you realize what you have with these remotes, these are the ones that have been picked through as, you know, the ones that just don't sell, you know, and if they do, for barely any money. So, not to say that they're not useful to somebody possibly, but I listed a few of them up a long time ago, and yeah, I'm going to go through this, and if I'm going to lay them all out and count them up and relist them again as, you know, a bulk lot, and see if I can just get rid of them. But if I see any model number, like this one here is for a TV VCR combo, I'm going to look it up real quick, and if it looks like it will sell, I might keep it and sell it individually. Otherwise, I'm just going to bulk lot list all these remotes again and just try to get them out of my house. Yeah, I looked up a few of them, and most of them, I mean, I found one that sold in April for like $15. That's about it. Like, these are like, I don't know, not anything sought after. That's the thing about them. But I mean, there's a lot of good working remotes in here. Somebody could maybe do something with them. So I'm going to list them up and make it very clear there's no DVD player, you know, no good remotes, basically. I'm not going to say that, straight up say that, but it's about 150 remotes. So do a bulk lot listing, try to get them out of here. All right, going through the Sega Genesis stuff. I got these 2 stacks here are complete games that basically for the collection, you could say. Then I got some odds and ends, gotta figure them out. Then I got random loose cartridges, including all these here are Sonic 1 and 2s. And these are cases that don't have the game for them, so trying to fill out as many as I can. And here's Sega Master System games that were in there. and a couple more complete Genesis games for the collection. Other ones here need to be cleaned up. And these will be duplicates here that I'm going to put for sale. Alright, I'll sell loose cartridge Sonic 1 and 2 twice. I can do a multi-quantity listing. And then I got my extra copy of Flashback with no manual, so just a gaming case. Nice copy of the game though. I'll put those up for sale. Don't mind me, I'm just hanging out with my vast amount of loose Sega Genesis cartridges. A little Sega Saturn chilling there. Okay, first up we have a Vans shirt. This is just in a bunch of clothes that I had accumulated and never did anything to, like listing or anything, so I decided to get through the death pile, if you will. And this is one of them that sold. No idea, I think I got this at a yard sale, probably for less than $1 or $1, something like that. Total price paid by the customer, $16.27. This is just a Vans off-the-wall custom, custom made Vans for you. Little button front, little button front Western style shirt. I think I'll bifold it into a my medium size mailer here. It's gonna be a 7-ounce. Okay, let's go over my few media items that sold here. The Beav is back once again. I sell Leave It to Beaver all the time. Total price paid by the customer, $5.33. These are all sealed DVDs from my media lot that I paid only a couple $100 for over 1,000 DVDs and VHS tapes, maybe 2014 I think it was. Another one, this one doesn't sell very often because it's a HD DVD format. I don't know if you remember that, but Blu-ray actually had some competition for a few years there in the form of HD DVD. They have the red casing. I have a whole box full of these failure to launch Matthew McConaughey movies, sealed. This one sells every once in a while. $4.96 total paid by the customer. Can't expect much for these. It's a dead format. I guess there's a few people out there that collect them. Then I got Welcome to Death Row. $5.14 paid total paid by the customer. Again, I have less than about maybe 10 cents a piece into each of these, so that's why they're sold. So that's why I sell them for so cheap. Okay, sold another phone handset. This is just a handset with no batteries. This is a Panasonic KX-TGEA20S. That's what it looks like. This is the last one with no batteries I have. Then I have two more that still have batteries that I have for sale. So these have been selling pretty good. Total price paid by the customer for this handset only, no batteries, $11.30. And for that, we're just going to use a padded. And that's going to be 5-ounce. Okay, I recently listed up this Super Mario Circuit Game Boy Advance box and manual and some other inserts inside. Has some damage on the corner there, but that didn't stop it from selling. People are collecting this stuff just like vintage Nintendo and stuff. This is getting close to being vintage anyways, early 2000s. So this box only for the Super Circuit, Super Mario Kart, or Mario Kart Super Circuit. Total price paid by the customer, $17.76. So, collectible Nintendo game box. Borderline vintage is going to get the box in a box treatment, as well as a mailer. These are my good old 8x6 by 4-inch boxes. And my smallest mailer. And I just happen to have some of these little air pillows right now, so I'll throw one of those in there so I don't bounce around as much too. Gonna be a 7-ounce. Okay, here's an interesting one. I just recently listed this inside of my, well, right here. I got this for sale, the Sega Genesis core set box. Inside of it was these accessories for something called the Sega Channel. So in the early 90s, Sega had its own TV stream, like video game subscription streaming service, basically. So what I had from there was 2 easy install guides for the Sega Channel, and then this RF cable is actually Sega Channel branded. So kind of an uncommon little quick cable. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the Sega Channel branding on there. But on eBay, there's only one other seller that has this right now. For mine, just these two manuals, these two easy install guides, and this cable. Total price paid by the customer, $43.66. So not bad for just a couple pamphlets and a cable that was inside of a empty box. So we're gonna give it the same treatment as I did for the game box. Yeah, I think this Sega channel stuff is pretty uncommon. I think the idea for subscription services and stuff back in the day just wasn't that. People just didn't pay for it a whole lot. Stabilize it down. Should be good to go. Because if you look up Sega channel on eBay, you don't see a lot of listings. There are some, but it's not a whole lot. It's gonna be an 11 ounce. Okay, finally I sold this Sega Xbox 360 lot. We got two consoles with no hard drives, two controllers that have the individual battery compartments, not rechargeable. Decent enough condition, have some yellowing, and then Xbox 360 power brick. I just wanted this stuff gone. I'm never gonna do anything with it. I have other Xbox 360 stuff I'm gonna deal with and spend some time on, but not this stuff. I paid one of the consoles, I don't remember where I got, and then the other console came with the two controllers and the power brick and a game and stuff like that. I think I paid $5 for it at a yard sale. So I'm in this stuff barely anything. But anyways, this lot sold. I took a best offer. Total price paid by the customer, $43.44. It's gonna be heavy, won't be the biggest profit, but I'm just happy to move this stuff. I need to move some of the bigger stuff, you know. Totally happy with it. I think this box will be a pretty perfect box for this packing scenario here. Throw down some packing peanuts. Get console number 1 seated in there. Then another layer of packing peanuts. Console number 2. Then a bubble wrap layer. Controllers. Oh, it's gonna be cutting it close. Get our cable down in there. Our power brick right there. There, packing peanuts right there. And one more layer of bubble wrap right there. It's kind of tight, but should be pretty much perfect. Oh, by the way, I sold it as untested, so. This is going to be a heavy one, though. 2 Xbox main consoles. 19 pounds, wow. I could get burned on this one, we'll see. Because total price paid by the customer was only $43.44. I didn't see where it's going to, so I'll let you know exactly how much I ended up paying for shipping. I'll put a little note on the video. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that tip was helpful. I hope it gets the conversation ideas flowing in the comment section. Let's help everybody out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know about any interesting eBay tips, tricks, finds, or just leave a comment in the comment section to say hi. Or ideas for videos or questions are great for content as well. I always appreciate that. So once again, I hope you enjoyed and have a good day.